Hi, kids. Today we're going to talk about nuclear war. Nuclear war happens when the satanic pedophiles your parents vote for decide to blow each other up at the request of the satanic elite who control them. But don't worry, your lives might be ruined, but they will live in underground tunnels for years to come. Is that a good introduction or what? Better than the last. Creepy Dave didn't have to edit it because we didn't start talking about it.
No, that was the one before last. The last one was
Crimea
fine.
War was great.
That's it.
Yeah.
exactly.
Hold it together,
That's
Dave.
it.
You
That's
drunk.
it.
This
Yes, indeed.
drunk behind the camera, you
that's
can't
it.
trust him. All right,
So
folks.
you're telling me, Dave, I've got a way out now. Every time I want to make sure that if he starts, one that's really weird, and I want to cut that one and start over again, I've got a way to do that. Is that what you're telling me? Okay, very best.
Yeah. My past, we can talk about all night long.
Indeed.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. Nobody wants to talk about my past, but
I do.
do you?
Behind the paywall, folks. If you want to hear about Shawn's past, which is far more interesting than mine.
I don't think so.
Yeah. You can hear about my past on a Tuesday afternoon at New Maritime or the Black Horse or wherever I am at that moment.
All
Folks,
right, nuclear war.
Nuclear war. We are going to talk about...
Not nearly as heinous as any of our pasts.
No. But it's pretty wild.
Exactly. That's
Folks,
right.
who are
That's
we?
right.
I am Sketchy Old Tom, here alongside my best friend in the world, the Doctor of History, Shawn McCarthy. Shawn, how are you?
Oh, very well. And yourself, Tom?
I'm doing okay. Better than I was at the start of this racket. So,
yeah, indeed.
Yeah, we're going to talk about nuclear war. It's a serious subject, but at the end of the day, you can't really control it. And what are you going to do? If you can't laugh, you might as well give up. So we're hopefully going to make this as comedic as possible. Folks, wherever you are watching this around the globe, if you're in New York City, if you're in Moscow, Russia, if you're in, God, who else has nuclear weapons? I don't even know at this point.
I guess the French have nuclear weapons. Le force de frappe.
Yes, if you're in Paris, France, watching this, if you're in North Korea watching this,
there you go.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, put down the whatever tool on the black web you're using to watch this, and we had nuclear weapons at one time.
We did
in this tiny town we live in, which is Miramichi, New Brunswick. On the east coast of Canada, a very unassuming place that people in Canada don't know exist. I was asked while I was in Vancouver. New Brunswick. That's it's in Newfoundland, right? Or the best one of all. Oh, I know it really well. Oh yeah, I was there. Where were you? Oh yeah, we went on this trail. It was so cool. I'm like, okay, tell me more. I'm like, no, we were in Halifax, and we caught a ferry, and we went across to it, and it was beautiful. I'm like, you don't catch a ferry, as far as I know. You're talking about Cape Breton Island, aren't you? So yeah, or possibly PEI, but I really think it was Cape Breton they were talking about, because people were talking about, the funny accent they had and all this stuff. No, we're in New Brunswick, the Delaware of New Brunswick, the place you don't hear about. Folks in Delaware, America, I never know. I don't know anything about you. So reach out to us. It feels like the forgotten state, in my opinion.
Fair.
Yeah.
It doesn't get nearly as much publicity as the others. Something like New Brunswick within Canada. There may be an apt comparison,
Right. So, but it was good enough to have nuclear weapons here back in the day, wasn't it? Yeah. Who do we have to thank for that? Diefenbaker, I hope?
64, so...
it's right on the cusp, isn't it? Yeah,
we might be Pearson.
I always hated him. He wasn't as peaceful as you think.
Well, there you go.
UN peacekeepers. It was all a scam. Changing the flag. Too much of a hippie, if you ask me. My parents wouldn't vote for him.
There you go. I guess you get Trudeau in there too, because they're here to 75.
Okay, so it's it's liberal.
So
so we can't blame the Tories for this one.
No, that's true. That's true. Stanfield got close there in 72, but he couldn't. Didn't catch that football, and that was kind of the end.
Isn't that something? Because when you think about Canadian politics, playing football is the most important part, isn't it?
I guess. I don't know. It's really strange.
Because everybody thinks of Canada, they're like, he better be a good football player. Yeah.
That's it. So I didn't hear about this, really until probably about grade 11 or so. It was the first time I ever heard any indication that there were nuclear weapons stored at CFB Chatham.
I heard about it before that. I was at my grandparents' place in Barnaby, and my aunt was married to Jeff. Linda, if you're watching, you know who I'm talking about, your dad. And I was very young, I remember. And Jeff liked to talk on the front porch with a lot of people. And he's like, there used to be nuclear weapons at that base in Chatham, just while he was chain smoking. And Mayor's like, shut up, Jeff. There wasn't. Stop scaring people or something like that.
Right.
And so it just sounded like such a crazy story. And then I asked my mom and my dad, like, yeah, they might have. Like, he knew a lot. He was working, picking up the trash along with my dad way back in the 50s and 60s, in Chatham. They would go to all the bases and stuff like that because it was a pretty happening place at that time.
Yeah.
And they were the garbage collectors. So they saw a lot of shit, literally. And he always claimed, I was a young kid at the time. He's like, yeah, they had nuclear bombs. He's like, I saw them. And
yeah. Wow.
So security wasn't that tight, I guess is what we can say.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. So, back to your stories. You were saying.
No. Like I say, I just heard about it. I think it was in grade 11, I think was the first time I'd ever heard.
I was like 11 years old. I was terrified.
Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, and I guess before we go any further, we'll mention that we are drinking today from the mugs that we got from Cindy and her husband Joel at All Decked Out, and we are drinking Amour Nucléaire from.
Hear that, Acadian fans?
Indeed. From
in the north of us.
Yeah, that's right. From Edmundston.
Yeah.
From the Barceur, the Petitceau, I think.
Fuck, that's hot. How is he still single, ladies? He can speak French like that.
There you go. So I remember working with them when I was at Beaubears. So kudos to them and for the great product they produce. So we thought that, it was kind of supposed to have a great, a big kind of explosive kick to it. So
it's got a kick to it. I like it.
Yeah, a little bit of a citrusy, that's it. So that's it. But yeah, it was grade 11 that I had first heard of it. But just more recently, I was able to find a number of articles about when those nuclear weapons came here in 1964.
Okay.
So a bit of background, I guess, maybe would be in order. We should talk about the Canadian Forces Base in Chatham.
Yes.
That was here from 1949 until 1996.
Wow, that long.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was that long. 96. Whoa.
Yeah, it was closed in 96. Yeah, you always think it kind of closed like when we were much younger than that.
Kinda. I always thought it was like a Cold War thing. Well, the wall's down, or like early 90s. I figured it would close at the latest.
Yeah, the Air Force left in 89.
Okay, wow.
So that's it. But
yeah, right at that moment.
Indeed.
Yeah,
that's it. So really had started off. There was an airfield there from 41 to 45 during the war.
Okay. Yeah.
There was a place to kind of train pilots. It was chosen because of the number of clear days that were had in Chatham was better than a lot of other places in the province. So they decided, the RCAF decided to have an air base there. So it, as I say, for pilot training, for radar training, and all that was done throughout the war. In 49, I'm going to consult my cheat sheet here. So in 49, we moved into the jet age with F-86 Sabres and Vampires, which was another type of plane, not Bela Lugosi.
What a name, yeah.
That's it, exactly.
They'll scare the Russians.
Yes.
The vampires on our side.
Exactly. So the idea was that the fighter jets here were here to kind of protect kind of the industry on the east coast of Canada.
Yeah. Okay.
So then in 1964, I guess there had been rumors before about the idea of the base maybe kind of shutting down or scaling back in 63, but by January of 1964, it was announced that not only was it staying open, it was expanding, but it was expanding to house some nuclear weapons on behalf of the United States.
Okay. So interesting.
So the United States Air Force was moving in. They were here, I think, from, let me see here in my notes. I think they were here from 64 to 75, I think. 64 to 75. So the United States Air Force was here, and they brought the nuclear weapons with them. And so
that's a greasy time in their history too. That's all Vietnam and whatnot.
True. Yeah, exactly.
Fuck, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, of course, we know now too that it was at that time that the Americans were testing Agent Orange in Gagetown.
Yep.
Yeah.
My mom has stories about that.
Oh, really?
Like gardening and stuff, and they'd fly over the plains, like, oh, I hope that doesn't kill my roses. You know what I mean? Or just this like orange shit that was spread all over. Yeah. So my mom has had cancer 4 times, folks. So if you want to talk about how much our government cares about the people in this province, that pretty much nails it.
Very carcinogenic.
Exactly. Oh yeah, it's horrible shit. Yeah.
That's it. So it was announced in January that there was going to be nuclear weapons, that they were going to kind of reposition the nuclear arsenal here in this country, and no longer were we going to have nuclear weapons in Ottawa. They were going to move some nuclear weapons out east to Chatham.
Okay.
So there's going to be nuclear weapons in North Bay. There was 8 sites, I think, throughout the country of Canada where nuclear weapons were going to be stored, and we were going to be one of them. And construction was begun on an expansion in the at the Air Force Base. So a bunker was built surrounded by barbed wire, and it was thought that by the end of 1964, nuclear weapons were going to start to be stored here. And these were the Genie rocket. So they were an air-to-air missile. Which again, so when I heard for the first time that nuclear weapons were being stored, I was thinking kind of like, bombs or kind of like, again, we often think of like Fat Man and Little Boy that were kind of dropped
on Japan.
Yeah. But apparently these were defensive. So the idea was that if the Russians were coming over with all of their copies of the Flying Fortress, the Tupolev kind of flying fortresses that were going to come over to kind of bomb the North America. The idea was that fighter jets couldn't bring down enough of them. Air-to-air rockets couldn't bring enough of them. But if you launched a nuclear bomb into the air, you could destroy them all. So if you had a nuclear rocket and you could launch
fallout
that
from that,
that's it.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Well, this is the idea. Now we'll give this to Dave, and we'll give to put it up. This idea that at that point, of course, there was a lot of people that were thinking about this, right? They were thinking about, is it safe to have nuclear weapons in our community, right? And of course, the Air Force was saying, no, it's completely fine.
Because the military will never lie to you, folks.
There hasn't been
they have your best interest in mind.
Exactly. There hasn't been an accident with these kind of weapons in 20 years. Well, they've only been around for 20 years. That's why there hasn't been.
God. There hasn't been an accident in 20 years. Yeah.
They haven't existed.
Whoa.
The first successful detonation has only been 19 years before, right?
None that never blew up before this.
Exactly.
So you're okay.
And of course, they say that if one of these things is launched, it would be launched so high up into the air that there wouldn't be any radioactive fallout, or there wouldn't be any problem of that kind. As long as they're way up in the atmosphere, there's no damage that way.
So nothing ever falls down. It just keeps going up and
I guess
infects Mars.
I'm not entirely sure.
The moon.
Sure I'm sure there would have been huge, issues. Because of course the idea is if all of these Soviet aircraft are also carrying nuclear weapons, one can imagine that firing a nuclear weapon into
a nuclear weapon.
That's it. The fallout is going to be
insane.
Huge.
Oh my God. Yeah.
That's it. Again, now I'm not a military person. I'm not a nuclear scientist, but I'm just, based on my limited knowledge, I would think that would be incredibly unsafe, and it would cause any number of problems. But fortunately, it never did come to that. But I found it kind of interesting that again, there's the assurance. These assurances are in the local paper that we won't have a nuclear accident. There won't be a detonation. Don't worry. It's safe to have these weapons of mass destruction.
We heard that one before.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, exactly.
We know how that turns out. Yeah,
exactly.
With the whole area of the world upturned and God, it's insane. Oh my God.
Yeah.
The scary part is I wonder at the time how many people were actually didn't question this. I'm like, oh yeah, everything's safe and good. We'll just, go to Ben's and listen to,
There you go.
We'll go to Ben's and listen to the Beatles or whatever the hell was going on at that time. and think that that the government has your best interest in mind.
Well, there you go.
But it's wild. God.
And I mean, the military did a good job of, again, not only kind of putting these messages out there, but they invited the press to kind of come in and look around. And, so again, it's clear that they're trying to kind of reassure the community that all is well and, all of that.
You want to know what I heard from somebody? I won't mention names, but somebody was telling me that in Newcastle, there was lessons given about the, if something happens, duck under the desk.
Oh, sure.
We've heard about that. Do you know what I mean? But those lessons weren't given in the Chatham side. And the reason for that is you're fucked anyway, folks, because this is where the base was. So Newcastle, which we know how close, if you're in Miramichi, you know how close these two places are. Mm-hmm. But the fact that, the schools in Newcastle were saying, get under your desk, which isn't going to help. And and in Chatham, they didn't even bother saying that because you don't have a hope, kids. It's all over.
There you go. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Well, St. Michael's Academy, I mean, the bishop has already blessed you. You're fine.
The bishop's on your side.
You're going to go straight up.
You'll go straight up, and all the radiation will infect those Protestants on the other side of the river.
No, I don't necessarily mean you're going to avoid the radiation. Like, you'll die, but you'll hit.
Oh, straight up.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. That's it. You'll circumvent purgatory altogether.
God.
But there's certainly.
It's wild. It's crazy, and something I didn't know about. Like I said, my brief memory of my uncle by marriage telling that story. I mean,
I've heard a lot of. I don't know if there's any truth to them. But that the idea that CFB Chatham was kind of on like the Soviet hit list.
I heard that too.
Of sites that would that would be destroyed. In the early days.
I heard that before too, and it was an impressive base. Like it was. I think this still stands. That it was the longest Air Force runway in the province.
I believe it is.
Yeah. Maybe even more than the province, but it was because that's something now. Like again, there's nothing happening on that base except hobby planes. Mm-hmm. Apparently Taylor Swift showing up there when she wants to.
Exactly. That's right.
And
it's a selling point for the airport to this day.
It's selling point. If you're like a celebrity or something, you can show up there and I don't know, whatever the hell you want to do. Look at this river or something.
Yeah.
And not support the local economy or the local artists that are trying to make something happen here. But it's wild. But it was quite a happening place. And like I said, I know people that worked back there during that time, and it was like it's a wild little world unto its own. You know what I mean? It was a lot of a lot of brass, shall we say? A lot of a lot of security even for those times. So,
yeah. And I think, again, obviously, if there's this concerted effort to kind of reassure the community, there's clearly a lot of opposition. And I think reading some articles kind of in, say, about 20 years later, there are a lot of people saying in the community that the base was not always, a popular thing. Mm-hmm. I guess kind of away from the nuclear weapons. There was always that sense of all of these military guys that were there. And of course, from the local kind of single guy community, there was always a sense of these military guys swooping in and taking our ladies.
My God, because they're in good shape from doing those pull-ups, aren't they?
I guess so. That's it.
That's fun. Yeah.
So there was that element to it as well. And again, of course, that there weren't enough kind of local people that were hired to be, on staff there and that sort of thing too.
Interesting,
So there was, but again, a staple of the community for a number of years. As I mentioned, in 1975, the United States Air Force leaves, and I would imagine it's at that point that the nuclear weapons also go. But I don't know, Tom, if you've heard this. I've heard it from different people, that the idea of, that maybe some of these things were, scuttled or buried somewhere, kind of after either this happened or after the base closed. Yeah.
You mean the actual bombs themselves? Or?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. I think I might have heard something about that actually. Yeah. That because that's the scary part. Like all around the world, there's still like a number of nuclear weapons that are unaccounted for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah. So where did they go? Who has them? That's the scariest question of all.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
Yeah. Is that where we end? Does your neighbor have a nuclear weapon? If they do, folks, let us know in the comments below. We don't care. Tell us,
Indeed.
Yeah. Tell us where they buried them. Yeah.
Exactly. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, you know what? I'm going to put a nuclear weapon off in my nose right now. Haven't done this in a while. This is called
Don't do that.
Bottled Insanity. We did 4 of these,
please.
Shawn. I need to wake the
No.
fuck up.
Oh, no, Tom. No. Dave got a whiff of that one.
Did it? It's getting stronger, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like the nuclear
That's
bomb.
it. That's it.
It's like the nuclear bomb.
Yeah,
It's getting closer.
yeah, that's it.
Oh, there we go. Folks, what do we want you to do? We want you to follow Creepy David Jardine, our good friend on YouTube right now. The same thing you're watching us on. Follow him. Coffee Doodles by David Jardine. Hold it together, Dave. And on Instagram, he's there every single day.
Indeed.
Posting new content.
Yeah.
And if you're young, head over to TikTok because he's very famous over there. The kids love him. And you should check him out. Coffee Doodles by David Jardine. He creates wild and weird creatures out of coffee stains.
Yeah.
And what are we doing most of the time? Tours and theater for, Miramichi.
Exactly.
Town we grew up in. And, if you are from here, for the love of God, come out and support us. Or if you are visiting, come and see some of the tours we're doing. The Headless Nun Tour this summer. It's probably happening now by the time you're watching this.
Imagine, yes.
And also the Dungarvan Whooper Tour as well. Where do you find more information? Character Matters. Miramichi is the name of the company. Yeah, the Tell Me the Story podcast. It's the podcast we do every week. So, come, follow, like, comment, share, subscribe. Help us get the word out. You know what I mean? Lots of people are watching, but they're also very scared. They're not. Yeah, they're not reaching out. So
we're very approachable.
We're very approachable. Yeah.
And
even
again,
I am.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I say, if you've got questions, if you've got comments, if you want to, even if you maybe disagree with some of the things that we're saying, please let us know.
Yeah.
We're not afraid of that sort of thing. It's our aim to enter into a dialogue with each of you if that's something that you're interested in. And if you have suggestions for us, please let us know because we want to tell the stories you want to hear. So again, if you're enjoying this, share it or give it to people that you know are going to like the kind of stuff that we're doing. We're not going anywhere, right?
We're not going anywhere.
We've got episodes for weeks and weeks, months and months, years and years. So we look forward to seeing each and every one of you back here week over week, month over month, year over year. And again, help us to build this community.
All right. Couldn't have said it better myself, Shawn. Thank you very much.
All the best.
Bye.